What's up, Soul Fam and everyone out there in the world? This is Nahili to Intensity Taylor, and this is going to be a mini moon message for the moon in Virgo. Now, with the moon in Virgo, this is the moon right before the new moon. But we're just going to talk about the moon in Virgo itself. So this is preparation for the new moon in Libra. And first off, I'm going to talk about the astronomical side, and then I will talk about the astrological side, and then move on to the major arcana portion for the major arcana cards for Virgo, and then I will pull 3 cards out from the Universal Character Tarot deck, and then I will clarify with the Rider-Waite deck, then move on to the Moonology Oracle deck again to see what additional information Mother Moon has to say to us through me. Now, I'm going to shuffle this real quick. Preparation. Anyways, on the astronomical side, it is a waning crescent moon, but waning moon altogether. So waning moon in the Moonology Oracle deck is represented by what is it that you need to release. So what is it that we all need to release during this time? Whether that be a thought form, a feeling, external person, place, or thing, or letting go of a situation or circumstance, whatever the case may be. What is this to let go of in your life in the current moment during this moon in Virgo transit? Now, for the astrological side, Virgo is a mutable sign, because it's mutable earth, being mutable and adaptable to your own and other people's ways of thinking and being practical. And Virgo itself was born out of the sixth house of work, schedules, routines, and health as well. So with that being said, that is what we're all going to be reacting and responding to, but it's going to look like Libra, and it's going to be looking like initiating and creating new ways of thinking and communicating by us reacting to mutable earth energies. But for the moon itself, it is a mutable moon. So mutable moon from the Moonology Oracle deck is nothing is yet set in stone. So nothing is yet set in stone, both positive and negative. So don't get your hopes too high, but as well as don't think of the worst is going to come during this time with the moon transitioning in Virgo. Now for the major arcana cards, the first major arcana card for Virgo is the Magician. So we are all in manifestation mode during this time, and we are manifesting leading up to this new moon, just naturally manifesting. So with that being said, just look out for the manifestations. We just don't do manifestation spells at this moment until the new moon passes. Now for the second card from the major arcana that represents Virgo, we get the Hermit card. So we are listening to our intuition, our inner light, and our inner voice, moving forward through this moon in Virgo transit. Now we're going to shuffle the Universal Character Tarot deck. Like I said, I'll pull 3 cards out from said Universal Tarot deck to see what's going on for all of us during this moon in Virgo transit. So, the first card for this moon in Virgo transit that we get from the Universal Character Tarot deck is the Knight of Swords. So we are all moving forward towards what we want and desire, and communicating about what we want and desire during this time with the moon transitioning in Virgo. Very fast moving card. So we're very moving towards what we want and desire during this moon in Virgo transit. Now the second card from the Universal Character Tarot deck that we get is the Judgment card. So we are rebirthing an idea that we once had in the past and implementing it into the present, moving on to the future during this moon in Virgo transit. So that leads us to our last card, but definitely not least, from the Universal Character Tarot deck, which is the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is talking about us already planting seeds, but we are waiting for the fruits of labor, and also we could be in a trial and error phase during this time with the moon in Virgo transit that we are experiencing at the current moment. Now let's clarify these cards using the Rider-Waite deck, and clarifying the Knight of Swords is the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles is talking about us having everything that we want and need in the material world in order to go after what we want and desire and communicate about what we want and desire during this moon in Virgo transit. So overall, we are in a very good place during this moon in Virgo transit. Now, for the Judgment card is clarified by the Devil card. So we could be indulging, or we could be having to deal with some feel. Remember that feel is just feels of reality. By you as a spirit being no thing, no shape, no form, creating and agreeing with thoughts and feelings, specifically negative thoughts and feelings based on our perception in this body. So with that being said, create higher perspectives and create and agree with positive thoughts and feelings about this idea that we are giving rebirth to in the present moment, moving on into the future. Or we could just be indulging into something that we once indulged in the past. Now, for the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles is clarified by the Four of Cups, so there is a sense of discontentment due to having to wait for stuff to grow. And keep in mind that this card is also a warning about being impatient. So do your best to not be impatient, but be patient with what you have planned, even though you may feel discontent about it during this time with the moon transitioning sign of Virgo. Excuse me. Alright, cool. Alright, apologize about that. Anyways, let's move on to the Moonology Oracle deck to see what else Mother Moon would like to say to us through me to end this reading off. Now, the first card that we get from Mother Moon to us through me is full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. So we are all having conclusions coming within reach for us during this moon in Virgo transit. So just be patient. Know that conclusions are coming, but this could also be negative as well. Not to scare anybody. Just know that conclusions are coming overall during this moon in Virgo transit, either positive or negative. Now, but I feel like it's more positive than anything, because the second card from Mother Moon to us through me is New Moon in Scorpio. Walk through your feels. So walk through your feels. We all need to walk through our feels. Again, feels of reality by us agreeing with creating and agreeing with negative thoughts and feelings. So create higher perspectives and positive thoughts and feelings moving forward to release these feels during this moon in Virgo transit that we are experiencing. Now, the last card, but definitely not least, from Mother Moon to us through me is Fixed Moon. Hold your vision. So we all need to hold this vision that we have for ourselves and moving forward during into the present moment with this moon in Virgo transit, moving on into the future. Okay, so hold that vision, whatever vision that means to you, whatever that each of us will know what this is talking about each individually. So with that being said, just hold that vision, and that will be all for this mini moon message for the moon in Virgo. I hope this helped. I hope this brought clarity or ages you in any way. Shout out to the whole soul family. Shout out to Dora the Pilot Man. Y'all be blessed. Never be less. Y'all take care and peace.